often are you supposed to buy and replace underwear? Went on a date this week and we somehow ended up on the topic of underwear. Then we both asked how often is one supposed to replace them. Growing up it was always whenever we grew out of them. Now that we're adults, have no idea how often to buy new ones. We had some good laughs, but at the end still had no idea what the correct answer is. So here we are, asking for your opinion. Honestly, I keep washing and wearing underwear until it wears out. Edit, no clue how long this lasts, as I have maybe 14 pairs of underwear. So it's not like I'm wearing one pair until they wear out. Maybe 10 years for some pairs. If it has holes that weren't there when you started, stains that won't come out, or they don't fit anymore, I'd toss them. Stains, holes, fraying clothes or stretched out elastic, or changing size. Good rule of thumb is until they get holes, permanently stained, or become see-through. Edit, okay. Good points. I'll also say bleached from normal discharge as well. I don't have period panties because mine are black. But any stains and I'm tossing them or cutting them up and using as cleaning rags. I bought Hanes underwear during my last trip to the US in 2019. They're still going. I'll buy 2 packs during my next trip in 2024. I'm not quite sure what to write in the purpose of visit box. Whenever I darn well please lol. I've got through a lot of weight changes, so I did throw away underwear as I lost weight. Now I throw them away if they've got holes or the elastic is stretched out or if the period stains are just too bad lol. There's nothing unsanitary about keeping underwear a long time. Reading some other comments. You wash them, which you know gets them clean, until the elastic breaks. I just wash them regularly and throw them out or turn them into shop rags when they get holey. I normally go through about 10 pairs a year. But I work as a welder, and that puts a lot of strain on all of my work clothes. I don't have separate underwear or socks for work, but I do for all other clothes. There is nothing unsanitary about washing and using underwear for years. What is unsanitary is not washing them regularly and not changing them regularly. Trust me. Do it. Especially if you sweat a lot. You do not want a yeast infection. When they become religious, holy. There's a rotation involved here. The newer underwear is for dates, work, other occasions. The older is for yard work or painting. The oldest is one-use underwear for the worst of anything. I just replace them when they develop holes or become uncomfortable for any reason. Woman shrugging. When the elastic waistband wears out. When it gets holes. Once every 30 years. I wear mine until I spot a hole. As long as they are in good condition, keep them in rotation. I read somewhere that it was intended you throw out and got new underwear every 6 months. But that's pretty ridiculous unless you have a lot of money. Get MeUndies. You get a new one every month and eventually you will see the older ones cause of how washed out they are. But general rule is if it's full of holes, elastic gone, perma-stained, you should get rid of them. The auto-moderator skull. When elastic wears out, a hole appears. I sharted in them. I have like 32 pairs of underwear, most are 10 years old. As long as you wash them and they don't wear out, they'll last forever. Until last year it was all Calvin Klein. No holes. Elastic looks fine. No stains. Now I also have 12 pairs of Shynasty ball hammock underwear that are amazing. Hoping they last as long as my Calvins have. when they are falling apart, like everything else. I just keeps mines until I finish blowing out the current fart hole in the fabrics. As often as you require. Everyone is different. If you're a person that sweats more than normal, it can lead to your undergarments wearing quicker. If your job entails more physical labor, specifically where you have to squat down often, that increases the wear as well. Hell, the type of underwear you wear also plays a big part. As often as you need to. When you are out of clean laundry. I'm definitely an outlier here. I buy at least 2 packs of 5 cotton panties twice a year. TBH, my weight fluctuates a lot. So I have underwear from medium to 2XL Asian sizing. I haven't counted, but I'm sure I have at least 60 panties at a given time. I bin them when the elastic is loose. They've got too many period stains, or they're real ratty. Or if they're associated with certain events that no longer bring me joy. I just throw away if the elastic stops bouncing back or any holes develop. Or if hems come undone. I do not need threads ticking my sensitive bits. Most pairs last a couple of years. When the skid mark begins surviving every chemical combination I can throw at it. When you have to think about how many holes are in your underwear. Holes. Stains. Lost elasticity in band. I did bump off a bunch of all cotton ones since those are just a no-go here in the DC area. I just questioned why I was still hanging onto them. This is one those if you have to ask, you need new undies. If there's no significant holes. The waistband still holds up and they're not discolored. They're fine. Until it has holes. Jarl still wearing underwear. It's 2023. Depends. Is it underwear for you or underwear for them? Until they get holes that are too big. A few small holes are okay. You still wear underwear? DRs have told me after a year. It's fairly obvious. Every 6 months. At Xmas and when you go on holidays in the summer. You get new socks and underpants. Women need new underwear much more often than men. I buy 4-5 pairs of boxer briefs a year and throw out at least 2-3 pair per year. I have 17 pairs. Yearly. It's underwear and they are cheap. Socks tend to be replaced at a faster rate and never buy white socks. Every 4 to 5 months. We're supposed to use underwear. Face with raised eyebrow. When they turn brown. My best answer is this: when you need to. I'm 40 and I have a few immortal pairs that I got in high school. I also have lost some after a few weeks. I don't believe there's a hard rule because underwear is a wide genre of products made from a plethora of materials for a wide range of individuals. Never worn 'em since adulthood, so I don't know. Grin. 18 months. Bacteria grows in the underwear. That is illegal. Usually at least every year. I stopped wearing undies a couple years ago. Best decision I ever made. I think it's every 6 months or SMTH. I use merino underwear. I rinse it with water after every use and rotate 3 pairs. No need to buy new until it wears out. Bra is only good for about 6 months. Even hand washing the things doesn't help a great deal. Pops and snarls appear in the elastic of panties. Men's briefs and boxers begin to look threadbare. I buy all new everything enough for 2 weeks and toss out the old stuff every year. Usually in the fall. The only exception is silk long johns. Those last me for about 3 years as I live in a mid-climate.